Good morning, everybody. Come have a cup of coffee with me. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I've got several people that indicated that the country they lived in, it was too late. It was like at 7, it was like already 10:30, 11:30, and it was their bedtime, so they couldn't stay in my live chat. Oh, I got a bad cough. My allergies are killing me. And I decided I'd go live a little bit earlier just to see if, how many people might show up. I know I did not schedule this live because I didn't plan on having it, but I just went live at the last minute and decided I'd have a cup of coffee with my viewers. So get yourself a cup of coffee, come join me in chat, and we'll just have a good time. Okay? My eyes look terrible this morning. I've already put eye drops in and used nasal spray and all that for allergies, so hopefully I won't be too bad this morning. But come on in to chat and let's chat a while. We'll have us a cup of coffee together. I see we've got several people watching already, but nobody's in chat. Oh, yeah, there's Ashley. Hello, Ashley. Good morning. Hope it's not too early for you this morning. I had requests to go live earlier in the day, so I decided I'm going to try different times of the day, earlier than 7 p.m., to see how many people are available and can come in to chat. Good morning, Rebecca. How's Rebecca this morning? Get yourself a cup of coffee and join us. And there's Lisa. Good morning. Yeah, I'm doing well. Just still fighting allergies, swollen eyes this morning, but other than that, I'm fine. If I could just get rid of allergies, oh, I'd be so happy. And there's Susan Proctor. Good morning, Susan. How's Susan doing this morning? Get your coffee and join us. Oh, okay. No coffee here because I'm going back to bed a little more. All right, Susan. I felt like going back to bed too, but I woke up, and usually after I wake up, it was about, what, 8 or so? 8:30 maybe? Because I haven't been up long. I decided I'd just get on up. Yeah, everything's okay. I just decided I'd go live early and just see how many people showed up. I didn't schedule it or anything, but I've got a lot of people in my that subscribe to my channel that live in areas where they're several hours earlier than we are. No, later than we are, not earlier, later. And when I go live at 7 p.m., it's already almost midnight where they live, and they can't stay in chat because it's past their bedtime. So I decided I'd go live earlier and just see how many people might be available. And there's Lisa. Hello, Lisa. Good morning to you. Get yourself a cup of coffee. Yeah, I'm doing fantastic. I just fighting allergies like always. Other than that, I'm fine. Oh, you get up like this, eat a bite, take meds, and go back to bed. Well, I don't blame you. Yeah, well, it's not coming down here. It's triple digits all this week and next week. And from what I can tell, unless they've changed the forecast, there's no rain expected. So it's going to be brutal the next week or two. Especially being in the triple digits with no rain. Well, I started streaming 5 minutes ago, and I've got 11 people watching so far. So that's not too bad. I had a couple of guys that come into my chats, and they say, 7 o'clock is way too late, that they wished I'd go live earlier, a lot earlier in the day. So I'm trying morning this time. I may try midday next time. I don't know. We'll change it around and see. No rain there for a week. Yeah, not going to be no rain here for over a week. None that's forecasted anyway. But of course, that rain shower we got the other night, a couple nights ago, we got a good rain, and it was not forecasted to rain at all. Thank goodness it wasn't a storm or anything. It just came up a nice shower, rained most of the night. Good morning, Betty Blue. How you doing this morning? You got your coffee? Well, good. Coffee's good in the morning. I'm not even half awake yet. I'm still half asleep. Susan's got her ice water. Yeah, I woke up, thought about mowing the yard, and I said, the thing I hate about mowing my yard in the morning is the grass is wet. And it seems like it's even harder to mow when it's wet. So I'd rather wait for it to dry off and then mow. Rebecca's got her iced tea. Well, good. It's already hot here. I opened the door and went out and fed little Buddy and Lucky, and I thought to myself, oh my God, the steam is already out there. I did too, Betty. Betty Blue, I just got up, you know, got some clothes on and fixed me a cup of coffee, sat down and went live. That's all I've done. Yeah, it might be less dusty, but I've always heard that it's harder to cut the grass when it's wet. I don't know. I may try it in the morning. I don't know about that. But I was woke up before 8 o'clock and went back to sleep. And I was woke up at the crack of dawn this morning with somebody running their lawnmower. Somebody over on the next street was already mowing at daylight this morning. I guess if you're going to work, mow in the morning, that's the time to do it before the sun comes out. You got your shot at 11:30. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I've never checked into it to see if it was better to mow in the morning or night, depending on whether the grass is wet or dry. But I know one thing, it sticks to the mower worse if the grass is wet. From where the dew fell overnight, it gets, you can see the little water beads on the blades of grass. And it sticks to the wheels of the mower when it's that way too. And I'm there scraping all that stuff off of the wheels before I put the mower away. Susan says, guess what I had for breakfast? I don't know. What did you have this morning, Susan? Yeah, that's what I figured, Rebecca. It lays down. When it's cut, it sticks to the mower. It sticks to the wheels. I know I got a lot of property and about 20 minutes worth of grass. I've got more rocks and boulders out there than I got grass, that's for sure. Chunky creamy chicken noodle soup for breakfast. Well, hey, whatever floats your boat, Susan. I've gotten up and ate a slice of cold pizza before because I love pizza. And if I got it in the refrigerator when I get up in the morning, normally I'm going to grab a slice of cold pizza and eat it. I'm not even going to heat it up. That's one reason I won't clear the lot that I own next to me. I mean, sometimes I'd like to have all the underbrush cleared out so I could, put some of my garden over there instead of letting it be out in the hot sun. But I don't want to clear it because then I have mowing to do over there. And I don't want another lot to mow. I'd rather leave the trees there. It's a windbreak from my yard, plus it's a privacy fence. It's a 50-foot wide privacy fence. Yeah, I don't have people to fix breakfast for. It's just me. So I get up and grab whatever I want for breakfast. Sometimes it's grits and eggs, sometimes not. Just whatever I've got in the refrigerator. I put it this morning. It was still damp when I went to bed last night. And I don't think I don't think it's fully dry yet. And I know I shouldn't do that. It's bad to go to bed at night with your wet hair. Gets the pillow wet, gets moisture into your mattress and all kind of stuff. Oh, Gladys gets her big surprise today, huh, Susan? Well, I know she's going to be ticked to death to get it. Oh, my eyes. I put eye drops in, so I still got some of my eye drop coming out. Leaking out on my face. Yeah, that works for me too. Whatever's easiest. But here, by the time the grass is dry, it's so hot you don't want to get out there. Like right now, I don't hear that lawnmower running anymore. They mowed as soon as it was daylight enough that they could see what they were doing. And they've mowed ever since, and the mower just cut off because I don't hear it now. I mean, like within the last few minutes, it cut off. I know, Betty Blue. People that do not have allergies don't know how lucky they are versus someone like me that suffers allergies every day. Allergies from everything, basically. I used to joke about it, but I said I'm allergic even to the air I breathe, which I know that's kind of funny because everybody knows there's allergens and pollen and all kind of stuff that's floating in the air that you're breathing every day. So it's not really the air, it's everything that's in it that you can't see, but you breathe it. Yeah, I know, Susan. There's a lot of people other than me that have allergies, and I feel for them because it is no fun having allergies. What's everybody's plans for today? What I plan to do is load up. Did you ever? Yeah, I've got. I think some of the plants I've got out there, the Cherokee purple, and I've got Ponderosa pink, but I haven't gotten tomatoes off of them yet. Those that are growing really well, the ones I think that are growing up the sunflower stalks at the corner of the shed. I can't remember if they're the Cherokee Purple or the Ponderosa Pink, but it's one of them that I've got planted there. But I did plant both of them. They're just not, haven't got tomatoes on them yet. $90 degrees there and it's muddy outside. You must have just got some good rain. I don't know what the temperature is here right now. Let me see. I know it was 74 degrees. No, 84 degrees, 74 degrees at 4 o'clock this morning. So if I could mow and see what I was doing at night, that would be the best time to do it, when the sun's not even out. But I think it's supposed to be in the triple digits today. 102 today. It's 81 degrees right now. And we have an air quality alert. That's why every time I go outside, I have an allergy attack. I'm coughing, I'm gagging, because everything is in the air. Tomorrow it's going to hit 104, and the next day. Yeah, it's staying up there every day this week. And it doesn't look like there's a chance of rain at all. You like Cherokee tomatoes? Well, I can't wait to grow some. I've got the plants, so I can't wait to see the tomatoes. I've never grown them before. Oh, forgive me, it's going to be 105 tomorrow. With 42% humidity. So yeah, it's going to be hot, girls, this week. Hot, 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 with no rain in the forecast at all. Ashley says they may get rain a week from now. I can't wait to see one. I want to actually see a Cherokee Purple tomato on my plant. And I want to see a Ponderosa Pink tomato on my plant. I just want to see what they look like. I've never grown them. I've never bought any before. I've never seen them. So I want to see one on my plants growing. That will tickle me to death. I know this heat is ridiculous. How is the reception this morning? The picture and everything. Is it clear? Is it coming and going, or what's the deal with the Wi-Fi? And there's Gladys. Good morning, Gladys. Delicious, and you like the purple? Oh wow, I can't wait to see one. So far, those hot peppers that I thought were going to be purple, they turned out to be red. They grew on the plant green, then they turned red, and I don't know if they turned purple after that or not. I'm waiting to see. I haven't picked any of them. I've left the red ones on the plant to see if they do turn purple. Lisa says, if I ever get any, I'll mail you some. Well, thank you for that. Blurry, but okay. Yeah, I was wondering how the Wi-Fi reception would be this early, because I know there's so many people on Wi-Fi this morning. Mornings are the worst time for Wi-Fi. Because if they're at home, they're on their computer or their phone, on Wi-Fi. If they're at work, they're definitely on a computer on Wi-Fi. I was told yesterday by a friend that everybody goes to 4 and 5 gig now because it's faster. But if you drop back, change the setting on your phone or your computer to 2 gig, it will go just as fast because there's not that many people on 2 gig anymore. I've tried to do that with my phone, but it won't let me. I'm either on 4 or 5 gig. I can't go back. It doesn't give me the choice of going back to a 2 or 3 gig. Not since they did all the upgrades with Spectrum. Now mine stays on 4 or 5 all the time. Big storm coming. Oh, wow. Well, you need to send me some of your rain, but you can keep the storm part of it. I don't want a storm, but we do need rain. Yeah, that anonymous sender sent me Ponderosa Pink tomato seed, and she sent me the Cherokee Purple tomato seed. She sent me Hungarian wax peppers that are really hot. I know several of those plants that survived. I haven't got any peppers off of them yet. But I think there was one of the pepper plant seeds that the pepper was supposed to be purple, I think, because it was purple in the name. So I assumed the pepper was going to be purple. I don't know. My lights are going out. I hope not. Right now, Gladys, they're going out. I know everything is on Wi-Fi. I mean, it's so unreal. Well, let's hope your lights don't go out when the storm comes, Gladys. Hopefully your electricity will stay on. Oh, when I went on my little kind of comparison shopping spree yesterday, and I've got a 10-minute short video that I'm going to put up later on it. But the first part of the video didn't save on my camera for some reason. I don't know. I was in the store and started videoing and got some really good video, and my camera cut off. I restarted it, kept filming. It cut off again. So I restarted it, started filming again. And the last time is the only one that it saved. So you're only going to see like half of the video, I guess. Because the first 2 short videos I did, when the camera cut off, for some odd reason, my camera did not save that part. But I went ahead and put up the third part, which is a 10-minute video of the store. It's the little dollar store that they've just put up out here outside my gate. It's only like 2 blocks away. It's a Dollar General or General Dollar. I always get the words backwards. But I said, that's convenient. Now, if I need something real quick, if I'm cooking, I could just run out there and pick it up and come back and continue cooking. It's not going to take me, the 10 minutes or so it'll take me to drive to Walmart and pick up what I need and come back. Or the dollar store out here is a little bit further. The old dollar store is smaller than this new one. It's a big, nice dollar store. I tell you, they got lots of stuff in it. I mean, it's basically the same stuff that are in the other dollar stores, but there's more of it. It's just a bigger store. And the first thing I noticed when I walked in, yeah, sometimes I will prune them because the tomato plants I do prune sometimes, not always. But the indeterminate ones that I plant because they grow better here, I do have to prune them sometimes because they'll get 15 foot tall. And I don't have a stake or anything I can hook them to that's tall. So if they get up and start falling over now, I will cut them off and reroot the top and make another plant with it. Just so they don't grow up and bend over and then go down and get on the ground. Because they've done that in the past. Yeah, see, that's what I've always heard, Lisa, in the past. That if you prune your tomatoes, you're cutting off a lot of your tomatoes. Because the tomatoes usually appear at the top part of your plant. So if you're going to cut the top of it off, you might lose a lot of tomatoes that would have come on. I don't know. But like I said, when I cut mine off, I'll take the top part and I stick it down in a pot and I root it and make another plant with it. Well, this is not a Dollar Tree. It's a General Dollar or Dollar General. So their prices are a little higher anyway. And the Dollar Tree we have out here, everything, the cheapest thing you can buy is $1.25. But they have some stuff that's $5, $7, $10 even in the store now. It's not all $1.25. So you have to watch your prices that's on the shelf. Yeah, like I was going to say, this one, when you first walk in the door, to your left, starting on that wall, on the left wall, all the way down the store is a refrigerator, the glass-doored refrigerators that store all the food. The other Dollar Generals don't have that large a refrigerator section. This one covers the whole wall, and it's a long wall. It's a big store. So there's more, food in the refrigerator section than the other dollar stores. And I went in there because the neighbor said, have you been to that dollar store yet that's just open out there? I said, no, I didn't even know they opened one because I don't get the newspaper anymore. And so I missed the announcement, that it was coming or that it was opening, the grand opening. And the lady in the store told me they officially opened July 4th. So they've been open for a month, and I didn't even know they were open until my friend told me. Because when I go out my gate, I go to the right, go out on the main highway and go into town. To go to the dollar store, you got to go to the left and go through the intersection, and it's just on the other side. I mean, I could walk almost as the crow flies from my house, and it would only be like a block and a half away from my house. And there was a lot of people in and out buying stuff because it's close. It's right in front of the Indian Harbor entrance gate. So it's right across the street from them. So we've got Contrary Creek, Indian Harbor, Port Sacal, Comanche Harbor. And then people that travel the Mambrino Highway sometimes cut down Contrary Creek that runs through here to cross over to get onto the main highway to go into town. So they get a lot of traffic this way. So they have a lot of customers that come in and out. You have a general dollar market that you have. Well, that's cool, Ashley. Dollar General has $1 aisle. Yeah, I noticed they do have some things for $1. Because when I got those 2 cans of tuna fish, I said, well, I've got some tuna fish at home, but they had tuna fish packed in water for $1 a can. So I got 2 cans of it. And I got myself some chocolate-covered raisins. I love chocolate-covered raisins when I was in there. And I gave Little Buddy and Lucky, I put dry food in their plate, their little bowl, because I've got both of them a bowl. And then I divided up a can of tuna fish and I put half in each bowl and I gave it to them. They clean those bowls out. They love tuna fish with the water in it. And you know, they like it when that tuna fish water soaks up into the dry food and gets it wet and it tastes like tuna fish. So I tell you what, they stayed busy eating there till it was gone. Yes, we have an Aldi here, Betty. I haven't been there in a while though. I had been getting so much food sent to me by the subscriber that I haven't been to the store very much because there was not a whole lot I needed to buy. Now I'm starting to go just once in a while to pick up maybe milk, bread, you know, stuff like that. But as far as a lot of other stuff, I don't need it because I've got freezers full of food right now. Yeah, they love it. Nice treat for them. And it's a little different than just giving them straight cat food all the time. But, you know, I give them several different kinds of dried food. And their canned food is the assorted different types of cat food in each can. So they're not getting the exact same thing all the time. But the cat food you buy is a little bit different than just actual tuna fish, you know. And they do love the tuna fish. Yep, my garden's growing like crazy, but it's the heat's, oh, I tell you, it's suffering with this heat the last few days. I watered my rock garden Sunday night, because I can water from 12:01 midnight to 4 a.m. in the morning, and then from 7 a.m. to 12 noon. And I was out there at 12:30 Sunday night watering my plants. I was out there again that morning at 7 watering plants, and I got everything watered. But you know, it's been so hot. You look at the corner of the rock garden that's in the sun most of the day, and the stuff is already like drawing back, like, you know, it's hot, it's hot. It's almost like the plants are telling you that sun's too hot, you know, give me shade. Yeah, and I've been eating stuff out of the garden. Not a whole lot, but I have been getting cucumbers and, you know, peppers, and I got one or two squash that I've cooked. I've got I got one of the mashed potato squash. I haven't cooked it yet because I only got one. And then I've got some of the sweet dumpling squash, you know, I did that video on. So I'm getting a few things out of the garden. And the beans. And oh my gosh, when I went out there to water, you should have seen those foot-long beans. Those vines are covered right now with foot-long beans that I need to harvest before they get too big. I was thinking that when I was watering. I says, oh my gosh, look at these beans. And I just picked them all. Cooking egg on the rocks. Well, the day it gets up to 105, maybe. If it gets up that hot today, I might try it. I don't know. Did I say it was going to get up to 104, or what was it supposed to get to today? I don't remember. But it may hit 105 today. Who knows? Yeah, like I said, it's going to be 102 today. So I don't know if it'll get Thursday. It's supposed to hit 105. Wednesday, tomorrow it's going to be 105. Today, 102. But it may hit 103 because usually if they say it's going to be 102, it'll hit 103. Only 1% chance of rain. Oh, it's starting to rain real bad now. Well, hopefully the storm won't get too bad. Maybe it'll just give you a lot of rain and maybe no bad, bring no bad weather. And the rain always drops the temperature a little bit, cools it off. Diana says, I got up at 4 a.m., but I'm laying down again. I don't blame you, girl. Sometimes when I get up early, I'll take a nap in the afternoon because I'm just sleepy and I feel like I can't hold my eyes open. So I'll just lay down and take a nap, or try to. 1% is your water. Your teardrop from your eye. 9:14 a.m. where Diana is. Well, it's 9:14 or 9:15 here, so you're the same time I am. But yeah, I had a couple of gentlemen subscribers that said you need to go live earlier in the day. It's too late for us, So that's why I did it. I went live just to see what kind of turnout I could get this early. And the next time I may try midday. And then I might try 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know. And just see what happens. Diana says she needs an appointment to take her car into the shop soon. What do you need have done to your car, Diana? Oh no, your hospital bed gets stuck if the lights go off. Yeah, because it's run by electricity, their controls are. Well, hopefully that won't happen, Gladys. Hopefully your electricity will stay on. Maybe one precaution to take, Gladys, is if it starts getting pretty bad and you think that there's a possibility that the electricity will go off, put your bed in a position that you'll want it for a little bit. That way you'll be halfway comfortable if the electricity does go off, and then you can change it when it comes back on. Yeah, I try to make sure that it's in a comfortable position that I don't mind staying in for a little bit, just in case electricity goes off. A good idea. Because when the storm passes, you can always, change it again. My eyes keep tearing up and leaking, as I call it. Drives me crazy. What do you need to have done to your car, Diana? Smart idea about the bed. Yeah, I just thought of that. I mean, that's probably what I'd do if I was Gladys. I'd put it in a position that I would be comfortable in and just leave it till the storm was over. You didn't get any rain like Fort Worth. You're still dry. We're dry here. But that surprise rain shower several days ago at that night, oh, it turned everything green again. My garden loved it, and it just had overgrowth during the night. But now the heat's hitting it again. I'm so glad I got that shade cloth up over most of the garden back there. And the other part of my garden's under the shade trees, so they do get a little bit of relief, most of the plants, but some of them are still out in the hot sun. And I ordered some lime to put to my watermelons because I was told that the black spot on the end was like it was blossom end rot or whatever they call it that gets on tomatoes. And my tomatoes don't do that. But my watermelon are. At least the big one. So I've ordered some lime. It should be here today. And I'll put it on, put it to my watermelon and water them in good and see what happens. But yeah, I need to go out there and pick that other little personal watermelon, that little individual one, because I bet it's ripe enough to pick. Pick it before it gets so ripe I can't eat it. I don't like them when they get too ripe. Yeah, I kept saying if we got rain once or twice a week, it would be great. But that I just got to thinking, I said, yeah, but it would be great for my garden, but not so for my yard because I'd be mowing all the time. I'd have to mow every single week, which I'm almost having to do now. And I tell you, that's a job mowing my yard. Oh, good morning, Miss Linda says, when I went back to see what I missed, now I've gone forward to catch up. Okay, Diana. But you were saying, Diana, that you need to make an appointment to get your car fixed. What do you need to have done to your car? Fuel, a checkup, the original things that car needs, just regular maintenance. Well, the only time I take mine in is when I get the oil changed. Well, basically, that's the only time I take it in. When I get the oil changed, and usually once or twice a year, like in the fall, when the weather changes and it gets cold, my uh, air pressure light will always come on. So I take it in and get them to check the air in the tires and put air in the tire. And then it's fine until the spring. The spring, it'll do it all over again. When the weather changes, turns hot, my air pressure light comes on. It does it every year. So those are the only times I take my car in, is to get the oil changed or to get the tires checked. And I did have to take it in and get a battery because, what was it, last year my battery went dead because it was just old. It was the same battery that came with the car when I bought it. So I did have to get me a new battery. But other than that, I haven't really had to do maintenance on my car. I don't have that many miles on it, and it's not quite due for another oil change, so. But I think when I do get my oil changed, I've got to have my tires rotated. And I'm going to take it to uh, that tire discount or discount tires and get them changed there because they do it for free. I won't have to pay that 20 some dollars to get my tires rotated. Because I always bought my tires there when I had my other car. And that's where I'll buy them now if I need to replace tires on this Nissan. I'll just get them at Discount Tire. You need one tire? Okay. Well, I hope it's not going to be a while yet that I need tires on my car. Because tires are pretty expensive. And usually when I replace one, I replace at least two or all four of them. Because, I figure if one tire's wore out, all four of them are, from just running them. Gladys said she needs two legs. So, yeah. I wish I could send you two. And there's Ann. Good morning, Ann. How are you doing this morning? I hope you're doing well and healing. But I know you said you got another surgery coming up. Oh no, Ann, I'm sorry to hear that with your congestive heart failure. I'm so sorry you're suffering with all that. Yeah, I try to stay away from the curbs too, Joanne. I've been trying to decide what I want to fix for my next cooking video, and I can't decide, y'all. I got a lot of choices. I just don't know which way to go because I know I'm going to eat whatever I fix. So it's got to be something I want to eat, which I'll eat anything I cook, but you know how that goes. Exactly, and if you got several different health problems, usually one will aggravate another. But we still got you in our prayers, and cook basic rice. Well, I cook rice with a lot of meals, so just cooking rice, everybody knows, I think, how to do that. But I don't know what I want to fix. I really don't. It's 80. Well, it just popped up on my computer bar that it's 83 degrees, even though I looked on the forecast on my phone and it said that it was 84 already. I don't know. It just seems like the sun is hotter in Texas. I don't care what temperature it is. You step out and it could be 83 degrees, but I tell you, you step out in my yard in that hot sun and it feels like it's already 100 degrees. Well, it's got to be something I already have. I don't have enough peppers to make stuffed peppers. And I think I've got a video on stuffed peppers that I made probably a year or so ago. But, I can make another one. I just need the ingredients. I don't have enough peppers to do that. I've got one or two good sized peppers on my plants, but I don't think they're big enough to pick. And then too, I don't like to pick them until I use them. And I don't have enough, big enough to make stuffed peppers. You know, I made that video on stuffed, uh, they're like jalapenos, but they're the sweet peppers, the little ones. I made a video on stuffing those with the cream cheese. And I think I've made one stuffing bell peppers with the rice and the meat and all that. But I'll make another one coming up pretty soon. You make a mess just trying to cook rice? Wow, I don't know how you do that. How do you make a mess just cooking rice, Joanne? You just measure a cup of rice, put it in a pot, add 2 cups of water, turn the burner on. Unless you're going to make Spanish rice or Mexican rice or, you know, something that you put other stuff in. And to me, that's one of the easier dishes to make. You just throw everything in one pot and cook it. Oh, I got the hiccups. Going to check the weather. It's 85 here in Texas, but it feels like 91. I know the feeling, Diane. It feels hotter than that here in my yard. Oh, you cook the long rice? Yeah, sometimes I'll buy the long rice, but usually I'm using the parboiled rice, and it cooks pretty quick. Yeah, I remember years ago, I had never used parboiled rice before, but I needed a bag of rice, and I was in the store, and I just saw the parboiled, and I said, wonder what the difference is. Does it cook better, or what does it do? So I bought a bag and brought it home. I was sold on the first pot of rice I cooked using parboiled rice. I said, if I can get it, parboiled rice is the one I'm buying. Now, from time to time, I'll buy brown rice and cook it. And from time to time, I'll get the long grain rice. Ron's cooking beans and cornbread and fried potatoes and onions. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds so good, Ann. I have small rice cooking perfect rice every time. That's the way I feel about the parboiled. It turns out perfect every time I cook it. But, you know, any rice you cook will turn out good if you just pay attention to what you're doing and don't overcook it or add too much water, that type of thing. That phone. Sometimes I think I need to go dig a hole and bury it. But most of my family have my cell phone, so I really don't need the house phone. And I should just disconnect it altogether. Oh, wow, Rebecca. I wish I'd have known I'd have come to your house yesterday. A blooming onion. I love those things, but I've not cooked them at home. I've made my the onion rings, but I made them in the patty, and they're so good. Oh my God, that's something I could cook today to eat that I haven't had. I haven't had that since the last video that I made on them. And oh my God, they taste just like a onion ring or a blooming onion. It just don't look like a blooming onion. I tried cooking one, but it took so much grease and such a big pot to cook that, put this big onion in. because it was cut open and battered. So I said, this is just too much hassle to go through to try to fix a blooming onion. See what, Ann? Yeah, I did a video on the easy way to fix onion rings. And you just chop your onion up and you put it in the batter and mix it up and make a little fritter out of it. It tastes just like an onion ring. As far as eating it, putting it in your mouth, you can't tell the difference between eating a regular onion ring and that fritter. It is so good. I almost made myself sick on them when I cooked them. I ate every one of them. Yeah, it's so easy to do. It's not messy. Just chop that onion up and put it in your batter and fry it as a fritter. It's so good. Get you some dip to dip it in. Oh, I wish I had some already cooked right now. And I don't need them. I've gained so much weight, I don't need them. But a lot of my weight I can't control. It's because of the fluid that comes through the where the lymph nodes used to be that are not there anymore. And my body contains or holds that liquid, that fluid. And my surgeon told me that I needed to sweat. Basically need to sit in a sauna and just sweat it off. That way that fluid, sweats out of my body. That's one reason I don't mind getting out and sweating and just wetting my clothes with sweat, because I know it's purifying my body. It's getting rid of all that fluid that's been held up in my body. But the only problem is it doesn't stay gone. It just comes back. So you have to keep doing it. Yeah, those blooming onions are so good. So I've just started making my little onion fritter, which tastes just like the blooming onion or the onion ring, because it's so much easier to do, and it takes so much less cooking oil to cook it. Oh, I could eat a great big old plate full of those things if I had them right now. But I purposely wouldn't make any more because I knew I would eat every one of them. I made that video on them and they were so good. The next day I made another batch of them. And I said, I can't keep doing this. I'll be eating tons of onion fritters every day if I did. So I haven't cooked any more since. But I need to because I love them. And there's a lot of things you can do like that, like your zucchini, your yellow squash, any of it. Just mix it up in a fritter and cook it that way. There goes my phone again. Need to unplug the thing, I guess. I was thinking about that the other day. It's in a bundle, and that's why my my bill was so cheap. But when I got my bill the other day, it was still at the lower rate, but the next time it's going up. It's going to be close to $200 a month. I mean, it doesn't do any good to call them. I call them, they put me on a plan to where it's lower, and then I pay it a couple of months, and then it goes right back up. They charge too much for this stuff, y'all. They should put a limit on what they can charge elderly people, which I consider myself an elderly person now. If you're past retirement age, they should be giving you discounts on this stuff, not charge you like they charge a 25-year-old who's working, making good money. Yeah, I mean, when you get older and you're retired, unless you have a really good retirement from a job that you had for many years, you have to go on Social Security retirement. you're limited. You don't get that much money a month. You don't get enough. And it's hard. I mean, but the prices on everything don't go down for you. You're supposed to get what, a 10%, 15% discount when you're a senior citizen? And most places don't give you nothing. They don't give you a senior discount. Some places do, but most don't. I'm lucky enough where I take my car to get the oil change. They give me a senior discount on my oil change. And I'd been going there for so many years, they knew I was a senior. So they just automatically give it to me. I don't ask for it or anything. But yeah, when you're on a fixed income like most of the senior citizens in America are, you should get big discounts on all this stuff. They should like set a limit to what they can charge a senior citizen. I mean, we got this age. We worked hard to get here. We deserve something. That's my way of looking at it. And I know once in a while they'll give you a little bit of a money increase on your Social Security, but it's just a few dollars. It's not enough to take care of the rising cost of living. You know, the prices going up, food prices going up. Sometimes discounts are once a week. Yeah, there's some days, some places will give a discount. If you go there on a certain day, you get a discount no matter how old you are. You lost us there for a minute because it's raining big time. But is it storming, Gladys? Is the wind blowing hard or anything like that, or is it just raining? I can handle the rain as long as we don't get destructive winds and stuff like that with it. But you know, I found a lot of places that used to give discounts on certain days of the week don't give the discounts anymore. Lots of thunder. But you don't have heavy winds, do you, Gladys? That's the main thing, is the heavy wind, you know, because heavy wind can be damaging. It can be destructive. I know, I mean, poor senior citizens that are on fixed incomes that can't work, you know, I feel for them because I'm in that situation right now. With my back and neck injury, I really can't handle a full-time job because I can't be on my feet all day. I can't just sit there all day like I used to years ago. And if I tried to, I'd be so dead tired and I'd be hurting so bad by the time I got home, I wouldn't be able to do anything else but just sit there or lie down. Yeah, see, mine just went back up. So I'm going to be paying close to $200 for my internet and TV and everything, the bundle that I've got. But even if I dropped the bundle and I just went with the Wi-Fi, you know, the internet, got rid of the phone and everything else, because I can still watch TV if I have Wi-Fi because I'll stream my channels like YouTube. And YouTube is what I stay on anyway. Even if I turn my TV on, I'm on YouTube channel. I'm not on regular television. So the only reason I kept it is to keep the lower rate. But even if I got rid of all that, they'd want to charge you close to $100 or more just for the internet. The internet is the most expensive thing on your bill. So they got you either way. You keep the bundle or you just go with internet and almost pay the same thing. Gladys lives in Connecticut. Yeah, you can cut the cable, just go with a company with straight internet, Wi-Fi, and you're still going to pay at least $100 or more. But my bill gets up there too much. It's going to happen. I'll have to just drop back to internet and just do everything over Wi-Fi. And I changed my TV. I set it on just streaming and started watching it that way because I'm usually on YouTube just to see how it would work. And I don't see a difference because everything I watch is on YouTube anyway. I mean, I very rarely go on regular, turn the setting to regular TV. And I might do that if there's a storm or if there's something major happening in the world that I need to know about. I'll put it on regular TV just to go to the news channels and do that. But then I go right back to streaming. Yeah, like I said, I think they should have a special discounted price for senior citizens, especially low income ones. And they did give you like a $30 discount. The government did on at least one utility bill a month. You just chose which one you wanted that discount on. And they've done away with that now. Because I had it on my internet, my cable. But they notified me and told me that the government was doing away with the program. So after that certain month, I was no longer going to get that $30 discount. So my bill went up $30. So now it's right at $200 a month. And there's Linda Bryant from Alabama. How are you doing this morning, Linda? How's the weather this morning in your neck of woods? I'm still drinking. I got to the bottom of my coffee cup. That's my liquid breakfast for this morning. Yeah, it's terrible. Most of these people out there that are on fixed incomes are usually on the lower spectrum of Social Security. They're lucky to get $1,000 a month, but then they take out for Medicare almost $200, and then you got to pay for your supplement plan for Medicare. So by the time you get your check, it's at least $200 less. You may get only $800-900 a month to live on, and it's not enough. I mean, you can cut your bills down to the bare minimum and it may pay your bills. It might buy you a little bit of food. But then if anything major comes up, like you need a plumber to fix a pipe or something like that, or you need a repair on your car, it's not going to pay that. Been out watering, not enough rain. Yeah, I got out last night and watered. Or Sunday night. Because I'm allowed watering from 12:01 a.m. till 4 a.m. in the morning. And I was out watering during that time, Sunday night. And then I can go back out at 7 a.m. to 12 noon now. So I watered part of it that night. And I went out at 7 a.m. and watered the rest of it. I think I was finished by about 9 or 10 o'clock. But I don't mind watering at night because the sun's not out there. It's cooler. I mean, it's still hot, but I'd rather get out in a 75 degree weather or 74, 70, somewhere along in there and water my plants than to get out there when it's 105 degrees, for sure. But you're doing good. It's just hot and dry. Yeah, it's getting dry again here. Oh no, your washer went out now. I have to buy a washer. Oh, just seems like there's always something to take your money, doesn't it, Anne? Well, my washer's been a good one. I had it repaired one time because it was still a really good washer. And it cost me about $75 for the Sears repairman to come out because they charged $75 for a service fee. And then the part wasn't much, but it had to be ordered. So I had to wait about a week before the part came in. And then he come back out and put it on. But that $75 was better than paying several hundred for a new one. But the next one I get, I hope I can find one that will fit where this one is. That you can adjust the water level, so if you want to wash a half a load of clothes, you can without filling it up to the top with water. Mine right now just has one setting. I mean, it's got light, heavy duty, that type of thing, but I can't control the water level in it. Oh, it's something that takes your money, and I'll tell you. It was a singing machine. I hated it. Well, now you can get another one that you'll like, maybe. Money, 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 yep. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. $200 to repair my refrigerator, and it didn't get fixed. Oh, no. So sorry, Joanne. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, y'all. Looking forward to fall in November, yeah. I don't have any inside plants, Ashley. I did years ago, but I stopped keeping them in the house because they don't get any sun inside. And then I'm really kind of cramped up if I have plants around, so. The only one plant that I had that I really liked having inside was my snake plant. It grew so well right in the front of the window where I've got my stereo sitting now. And it grew beautiful because it didn't need that much sun. But I went on vacation one year and one of my friends come over to check on it and check on the house. And the poor lady, she watered my plant every day when she came over. Till it killed my plant. It literally drowned my plant. She watered it so much. And the stand that it was sitting in, it had water that far from the top. Because, it would come out of the pot that she watered and it would get in the outer pot that didn't have a hole in it. And it was that far from the very top. So my plant was literally sitting in water. So it drowned it. But you don't water a plant every single day, you know? You can't do that, especially an inside plant. They don't need that much water because they don't dry out as fast as they do if they're in the yard. No agitator, no water level, getting different from that one. My washer, the one I found that would actually fit through the doorway, it does not even have a lint filter on it. So I have to be careful with what I wash together so I don't get lint on everything. So the next one I get, I hope will have a lint filter. But I know most of the washing machines now are all computerized. And I don't know if I want that much computer on my washing machine. I'm used to just going in, turning it on, pushing the button, and walking off. I don't know if I'm going to like having to program my washing machine every time I wash clothes. Linda Van D, good one, and about get the same. Well, I'm not ready for the washer yet, so I don't know. I'll be using this one till it stops running, and then I'll probably try to replace it rather than trying to get it fixed because I've had it for quite a few years. I don't even remember how many now. It's been a long time. Probably pushing 20 years, I'd assume. And it still looks and works just like new. I think the older machines were made to last, where these new ones aren't. I think the new ones are made just like everything else. They're built to last only so many years, so you got to replace it rather than built to last forever. Yeah, it's better to buy new. If it's very old now. With mine, all they needed to replace. Well, no, I take it back. I've had it fixed twice. The first time, they just had to replace the control. You know where you turn the knob. It had wore out back in there, so they just replaced that, which it just was basically a service fee. The second time I got it fixed, a hole come in the drain line. So they replaced the drain line and that was it. As far as the machine itself, it was perfect. So in those two cases, it was cheaper to go ahead and fix it than to buy a new one. Because I mean, what are the cheapest one you can get nowadays is maybe $500-600, and I think I paid like $250 for the one that's in there. That's lasted so many years. Yeah, but sometimes those warranties are so expensive. No, I wouldn't either, and I would not buy a used one. I mean, not if I could help it, I wouldn't. I have a Ken. What is my washing machine? Let me go look. I can't remember the name on it. It's a Whirlpool washer, and it's been a good one. It's lasted so many years. I cannot complain about that washing machine. But it's just a plain Whirlpool washer. It's got the agitator that, goes back and forth like that. It does not have a lint filter. You cannot adjust the water level. It just has like a gentle cycle, medium cycle, and then heavy duty. So there's just 3 settings on it. But it's been a good washer. I mean, it is held up. It washes like crazy. You put ice cubes in indoor plants. Well, that's a good way to water them. That's what you're getting as a Whirlpool. Well, mine has been real good. I don't remember what my other washer was, but it was a good one too. It lasted quite a few years. Because the whole time I've lived here, I've only had 2 washing machines. And I've lived in this house since 1978, the end of 1978. And I bought my washer probably 4 or 5 years later. And I've went through 2 washing machines living here. So that's not bad. Yeah, Whirlpool is a good brand. They make good appliances. Frigidaire is good too, because my refrigerator behind me, that thing's over 50 years old and it still works like a charm. But it freezes now. I can't get it to stop freezing everything in the refrigerator. Unless it's in the vegetable bin or the door. That's the only time it doesn't freeze. But that's kind of good in a way. I keep food longer that way. It keeps colder. Yeah, Whirlpool and Frigidaire. Those are 2 brand names that they built appliances to last. I mean, that may have changed. I don't know. I don't know what the Whirlpool is like today. Because like I said, it's been about 20 years since I bought that washing machine. And some of these new washers are so huge. Oh my God. I couldn't even fit them in my house. My she's got the great big ones that, they operate by a sensor. You throw a pair of jeans in there and it'll adjust itself just to put enough water in to wash that one pair of jeans. But they're huge. They stand as tall as I am, the washer and dryer. So I couldn't even put those in my door. They wouldn't be able to fit in my house. Yeah, and I don't have any idea what brand of refrigerator I'll buy whenever I do replace this one behind me. I had a 2000 Samsung that went out less than a year. See, they don't build a lot of the new stuff to last like they did years ago. It seemed like they build them today so they will break down after so many years just to keep the company in selling their products. Because if they last forever like the old ones did, they'd be out of business, That's one reason they tried to do away with the Singer sewing machine. The older models, they tried to get every one of those they could off the market because they lasted forever. They didn't want to sell them because it was ruining their business. A fantastic product was ruining their business because once they sold it, they couldn't sell another one. They could not repair yours. Wow. I remember when I was growing up, my mom, I remember times when she replaced her freezer and she had to replace the refrigerator because it just stopped running. Like my old freezer, my chest freezer, it quit running. I needed Freon in it. I mean, it was running fine. Half of it was freezing, part of it wasn't. But when I called the repair guy from Sears, He came out and he said, it's fixable. All you need is Freon in it. But he said, we're not allowed to put Freon in anything anymore. So he said, I can't fix it. So I gave it away, and I know the Mexicans that I gave it to, they probably found Freon somewhere and put it in themselves, which, I would not have a clue as how to do that. Okay, Gladys, we'll see you later. Yeah, if I could have got Freon and knew how to put it in myself, I'd have fixed my own freezer, but I didn't have a clue as where to try to find some or how to put it in when I got it. Because I was told there's places you can actually buy free cans of Freon. And I'm sure those Mexicans did that because they would know how to put it in. I don't even remember the brand, but it came from Sears. I bought it at Sears and Roebuck years ago. But it got to the place where my income was so low, I didn't have anything to put in the deep freeze. It was empty. I mean, it was just sitting there empty, running, staying cold. But I didn't have the money to buy food to put in it, so it stayed empty. I mean, I was just able to buy very little, nothing to freeze. I ate that week, so I didn't have anything to store food with, or food store, put it that way. Yeah, I've got a Brothers sewing machine too, one of the little portable ones. And then I bought a Sears sewing machine. And I've got a serger, so I've actually got three. But I hardly ever use them anymore. I mean, I still use them to repair stuff or to hem stuff up. Or like when I did those apron videos. I made 2 aprons on 2 different videos. I think that was the last time I used either one of my sewing machines. Is when I made those apron videos. But I'm not getting rid of my sewing machines because if I do, I'll need to use them. I've got a cabinet style sewing machine that I love, but the foot pedal thing quit working. It got a shortage. I don't know where to get one that would work on it because it's wired in. It's not just plugged in like the new models. You can't take the foot pedal off or machine. I don't know where to get one. Oh, Diane's sewing machine. I don't think I know that brand. I used to use it quite a bit, but I don't sew that much anymore. Basically, when I use them now, it's to repair something. Or like I said, when I did my 2 apron videos, I used my machine then. And I may have more videos coming up to use the serger. I don't know. I still got part of that coverall that I could make. No, I think I did make that. I made the front and the back. But I might come up with other styles of aprons to make that I might make a video on. I don't know. You need to find someone that could fix or to clean your sewing machine. Well, if you have an air can or something, you can blow air in it and clean a lot of it out. And with mine, you can open it up and run like a little brush up in it and clean a lot of the lint and stuff that accumulates in there. Well, that's the way my brother's sewing machine is. The part of mine that always got the worst was down under where the bobbin is. It from behind the bobbin and take a brush and brush it out. And I mean little hunks of lint and fuzz balls and everything else would come out of it. I'm sorry I don't know what you didn't hear. Yeah, and there's little holes that you see around the sewing machine that you can put drops of oil in. So you can oil your machine yourself and you can clean it yourself because there's not that much inside a sewing machine that needs to get cleaned. It's basically around the bobbin area. Because I've never had mine professionally cleaned. I just usually take the bobbin out and take that clip out and clean it out myself. Because I've taken the top off of my brother's sewing machine because I thought it might have gotten all dusty and clogged up in there. I took it out and it was as clean as it could be. It didn't need cleaning at all. So I just put the top back on and put the screws back in it. So if y'all have got some nice plans for today, I haven't really made any plans. I need to clean in my house a little bit. I've got a sink full of dirty dishes left from last night, which is very rare for me. I usually have my kitchen cleaned up before I go to bed. I don't leave dirty dishes. But I left dirty dishes in my sink last night, so I got to wash them up before I fix some lunch today. Oh no, Diana. Your son got you at Christmas got you a fancy computer's time sewing machine, and I'm intimidated about it. And I'd rather use my brother. I understand that. That's why when I bought my new Singer sewing machine, I got one that's not computerized. How to program anything, but I don't want to sit there and have to program a sewing machine. Forgive me, I'm not doing it. I just want a sewing machine that I can sit down and sew that I don't have to program. I mean, if I ever got one, I'd probably like it better, but I just don't want to mess with it. Yep, that's exactly right. I feel like they're linked to the internet and they can push the stop button anytime they want to and it won't work. Computerized. So, they can actually control your car by, let me turn this off. they can actually control your car from the dealership. They can do a check on your motor. They can check everything in your car right from the dealership because everything's computerized with that car. You know, so they can't get it running again. So I sometimes wonder if they do that um, to get you to come into the shop and get it repaired when it doesn't need it, you know? I guess I'm just not trustworthy, put it that way. And my laptop is fuzzy. The picture's fuzzy. And I get the wheel spinning. Are y'all having that problem with the reception of the video? Or how's the video coming through? Cut them all. Cut them all. Okay, good for you, Diana. Go ahead and make your car. I don't usually wake up if there's any problem that they find. So unless I here it keeps spinning. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and end the live because we're having so much problems with it spinning and my voice cutting out. So I'm going to end the live and we'll try sometime. I don't know if it'll be today, tomorrow, or when, but so I'll tell y'all, have a good day. Be safe. Catch you on the next. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and